It's not gonna let me log in. Yeah. I'll give it one try. But it's probably not gonna work. Service report. Like always. Offline it is. Not like it matters. Oh, we're almost to level 200. The DS2 gamer level, of course. Okay. So, Darklurker. How the fuck do I get the Darklurker? I think he's somewhere in... Wait, I think it's Drangleic. I don't know where the dark guy is right now. Yeah, I just tapped out. That's fine. I didn't want to play the game anyway. Near all 3 dungeons. This game is just... Bro, this game is just allergic to being on screen. I've never had this problem with any other game. Do all this shit. I have to go through... Why are you making me jump through hoops to fight a fucking... Just to fight one boss, I had to jump through so many fucking hoops. This is the problem with this game. So I can get life drain patch. It's 70k souls. Well, that's really... Oh, 35k souls. What am I gonna do? I'm just gonna go in and wipe him, I guess? I don't even know where the guy is right now. He's not gonna be there, because I looked in Shaded Ruins. He's not gonna be in Shaded Ruins. I'm gonna go back there, and I'm gonna go down the hole where he's supposed to be. He's not gonna be there. I can fucking find the teleport point. There's so many... Oh my god, where is it? Okay. It's not gonna be there. I can just say that already. I'm not fucking... Oh shit, wait. I don't have to worry about the pots anymore. I don't have to worry about the curse pots because I literally can't go hollow anymore. What? This guy's tangible now. That's not normal. Is it because I have the eye? The Ava eye? I didn't think that would do anything like that. That's interesting. Or is that some other reason? I have no idea. Yeah, these guys are tangible now. That's cool. Okay, so the dark guy should be down here. Okay, well, I stand corrected. He is here.
young. The mouth to the dark cat if you see.
Okay, I have to do all 3 of these fucking stupid-ass little dungeons, but it shouldn't be hard, because I'm almost level 200.
The dark shine your way. As you wish. Yes, as you wish.
Please let... I hate when it takes my mouse away. Please don't do that. I'm trying to go back into fucking Streamlabs. Thank you. Okay, what are we doing here? The only threat of me dying here is if I fall off some sort of fucking bottomless pit. So I just need to be cautious. Like that right there. That's a bottomless pit. Oh my god, I can't see shit down here. Ha! I should have attuned to cast light. Actually, hey, wait. I mean, that would have worked, but I haven't found any enemies yet. That's interesting. I'm like broken OP and they're still doing that much damage to me. There we go. What the fuck is wrong with this game, dude? What the hell is going on? Get out of here. There we go, that's the damage. I'm dead. Oh my god, this is gonna be awful, dude. This is gonna be so fucking awful. I don't want to do this shit. Imagine if I did this, like, when I first found it. I would have I already don't want to do it. I already don't want to do it. Should I just skip Darklurker? I mean, I'm so close to finishing the game. Like, I don't want to skip another boss, but if the game's gonna make me fucking jump through hoops just to fight him, why would I fight him? This isn't like you having to find a secret area to fight Medivh. This is like you do a stupid fucking bunch of side quests to have a chance at fighting a boss for a fee. It's ridiculous. I'll do it again. Fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
Hey, man. I've heard it's one of the better bosses in this game, but if the game's gonna fucking, like, fuck with me, I'm not gonna... Huh. Like, what can I really do if the game's gonna fuck with me? Like I can't no-life Dark Souls 2. That's just not, that's not my prerogative. Just spam soul spears, that should work. Unless the game just wants to fuck me, that's cool too. Oh yeah. I got, what, dude, I misplayed there. I got hit once, and then I got locked into a huge stun animation where I couldn't do anything, and then I just fucking died. That's pretty cool. You know, that's pretty cool. I mean, I definitely feel like my skill level was rewarded there by Dark Souls 2. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for letting me experience that. You know what? I'll thank you so much that I'm not doing it again. Go fuck yourself. Darklurker, not doing it. Fuck it. If they're gonna make me not have fun to fight a boss, what's the point in me even trying to fight the boss? So, whatever. Fuck it. I just won't do it. If they're gonna make it so unfun, the path to me to fight the boss, I'm just not gonna do the boss. That seems fair enough to me. Just like Sir Alon, if you're gonna make me spend more time going up to the boss than actually fighting him, why would I want to do the boss? Just like Sir Alon, just like Lidenzalan. Fuck that shit. I'm not doing it. That is a major problem with this game. They seem to think that one of the things that players enjoyed about Dark Souls was the path to the boss itself. Like that was important, but we enjoyed that because most of the time, the paths to the boss were well-made levels. In this game, it's just a bunch of fucking horseshit. With the excuse of it, oh, it's hard, so it's good. Fuck you. Fuck you. It's not good. It's garbage. It's not well designed. That's the difference between Dark Souls 1 areas and Dark Souls 2 areas. Dark Souls 2 areas are not well designed. Dark Souls 1 areas are. Dark Souls 1 does have bad areas, but it's mostly relegated to the later half of the game. So, most of the time, the leads up to bosses are good. Even Tourist Demon. Tourist Demon has a really, like, long run back, but it's not filled with a bunch of enemies that, like, fucking two-shot you. It's filled with a bunch of brainless hollows. Like, it's not a big deal. In this game, they put, like, enemies behind every corner, but that every single enemy is, like, a huge fucking threat to you. It's ridiculous. So fuck it, I'm not doing it. I'll talk more about this when I'm done with the game. But I have major issues with this fucking game. If that's not obvious enough already. You hear that? Audio bugs. This just shows you the level of care they had for Skull of the First Sin. They didn't care at all, genuinely. This is a Dark Souls 2 mod, repackaged as a, like, kind of remaster almost, but it's not. They didn't, like, they really didn't do anything to improve the game, other than a few quality of life features here and there, and a couple of fucking, like, item placement changes. Like, they moved the coal from Iron Keep to fucking, to Lost Bastille, adding, like, fragrant branch statues everywhere. Like, that's bullshit. That's horseshit. That's something that a modder on Nexus mods can do. That's not something that's not the quality I'd expect from a repackaged re-release of a fucking video game. Lazy. They couldn't even fix audio bugs. Audio bugs. They couldn't even fix it. They had time. They could have patched it. They're lazy. I can't even get into the fucking servers. The servers are broken. It's just horseshit. Where the fuck is the... Is it this one? I think it's this one. Fucking horseshit, dude. Let me go put the key in that guy upstairs. I don't think it's this way, actually. Hold on. Fuck was that? We're gonna have a nice long Dark Souls 2 rant after this stream's after this game's concluded. Don't worry. I have a lot of complaints, many complaints. We're also gonna do a boss ranking, so that should be fun. Even though I'm not gonna rank 3 of them, but you know, whatever. It's not worth my time to go fight Darklurker. I'm just gonna say that. It's not worth my time. I respect my time. Not worth it. Fuck it. I don't get anything from fighting Darklurker. Like that. Like, I don't get anything. What, bragging rights? I'm just gonna soul spear him fucking 4 times, and I'm gonna shoot dark orbs at his fucking forehead. He's not gonna... Like, yeah, okay, how am I gonna fight Darklurker? I'm gonna Omega buff my dagger, slash him a few times, he's gonna go into second phase, wow, shoot him with Soul Spear, he dies. Maybe if he lives the 4 Soul Spears, which I doubt he would, I'm gonna use Homing Soul Mass. Like, it's not gonna be that, it's not gonna be, like, mind-blowing. That's very brutal. Just a random Milfinito in here, huh? Wait, is that what this is? Yeah, it's a Milfinito. I'm not going back to Shrine of Amana. You can, like, suck my penis. Before I'd ever do that again. Except at gunpoint. Ring of the Dead, what's that? Is that to make me appear in phantom form or some stupid shit? Oh, well. It's equally as useless, because I can just wear this crown and I never go hollow. And I don't get a health penalty. That's fucking... Is this a horror game? That's kind of creepy. That's pretty creepy, huh? Okay, let's finish this. That's Looking Glass Night. I'm going the wrong way. Where the fuck is Nashandra? Like, I genuinely don't know where to go. Here maybe? What is this random ass enemy placement? These are desert priestesses, or desert sorceresses, or... Sorry, desert pyromancers. Why am I, like, fumbling the name here? But, like, why are they here? Why? That did nothing. Joke's on you, I'm level 200. I can take like 6 of those. I don't think I'm going the right way still, to be honest. Logic would dictate I go up. But... No, I've been here before, so that means I'm not going the right way. That's literally an unopenable door. Interesting. Eh. Okay, I'm just gonna look up how to get to Nashandra. I don't have time to wander around. Like, it's like... It'd be one thing if the areas were fun to explore. It's Dark Souls 2. It's Dark Souls 2. What else can I say? Throne Watcher. Throne Watcher and Throne Defender. Throne of Want. Travel to Kingsgate Bonfire. I'm pretty sure that's where I am. Yeah, it's just... almost every area in this game, it lacks detail. It kind of looks like shit compared to the first game for some reason. I don't know. Like, I understand it's not in the same engine, right? But why did they change the art style so much? They didn't have to change the art style to, like, this odd, like, more fantasy-esque cartoonist, like, almost cartoony style. Like, it's very odd that they went from the semi-realistic style of Dark Souls 1 to this shit. Because it's really jarring. It's very jarring. This game's a lot brighter than Dark Souls 1 was. And I mean that in a mostly bad way. I wish they wouldn't have fucked off with the lighting system they originally intended for, because that could have been cool, actually having the torches serve a purpose, but in the final game, it's kind of like, the torches are just there for, like, weird little side tasks, where you're, like, getting invasions like they're only there for like little Easter eggs, basically. The torches only exist for Easter eggs. Oh yeah, that's a good point. They weren't even there till Scholar. And Scholar moves some of the cool shit into the torches. Like the dragon, the bone dragon in Aldia's Keep. Originally, it's supposed to wake up when you go in and, you know, do the funny haha Dark Souls 2 thing where it insta-kills you. But hey, at least that's pretty unique, right? An undead dragon wakes up and just fucks you up, right? Or a dragon skeleton. It's not undead. That's like a thing from Dark Souls 1. But a dragon skeleton wakes up and like murders you. But they lock it behind like a torch thing in this like version of the game. Why? You just took something cool and then you made it so that you had to jump through hoops to have it trigger. That most new players aren't gonna realize, hey, I should light all the torches in here, and then something cool will happen. Like, come on. Got it right here, buddy. Funny that you don't consider the fucking king's crown a symbol of the king, but his ring is, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. I should probably, change the spells on adequate. Will I even have time to buff? I mean, it's Nashandra, come on. It's not gonna be that difficult. I'm more worried about Throne Watcher, to be honest. That's gonna be the hardest fight that I'm doing in here. Well, Throne Watcher... Well, the Throne Watcher and Throne Defender. What a name those two have. It's very, wordy to say that. Yeah, like... Yeah, the cool thing about, like, illusionary walls. I'll take an example. Illusionary walls in this game and in Dark Souls 1, they have a cool sound effect for when you find them. So, you could be, like, fucking around and accidentally, like, open up an illusionary wall. Maybe you didn't notice, but you hear the sound effect, so you're like, oh, hey, I opened an illusionary wall. I didn't realize by visually I opened one, but I heard the sound effect, so I know one opened somewhere. But here, you just light torches, and then you're like, oh, wait, did I miss one? And then you get attacked by an NPC. Like, oh my god, man. Nashandra's not gonna, like, care about dark attacks. I'm gonna re-equip Crystal, or just Soul Spear. I can't use Crystal Soul Spear, can I? I don't even have it, to be fair. Yeah. That's not, I'm not using that shit. Give me Dark Greatsword. I'm gonna use that against the... Wait, the Throne... It would make sense that Throne Watcher and Throne Defender are resistant to dark attacks, but then again, it's this game, and Velstadt is, like, not resistant to dark at all, even though he has a second form which is heavily dark influenced. I mean, you know, what do I know? Logic would dictate that someone who is literally in a dark form would be resistant to it, but then again, in Dark Souls 1, you had fucking Demon Fire Sage, who's weak to fire. So, you know, I can't really fault Dark Souls 2 for that. You know, like Pokemon logic typing doesn't really work in these games, it seems. Alright, fuck off, buddy. I'm gonna go do something. Come on now. Hey, don't you touch her. What is that? Oh. Yeah.
My journey is already complete. My name is Shanalot. The dragon gave me this name, for I was born with none. I was born of dragons, contrived by men. By ones who would cozen fate herself. They are the ones who created me. But they failed. I did not come out as intended. fate would not be bested, and men were cursed once again. If you proceed, Nashandra will come after you, knowing that you will take the throne and link the fire. She covets the first flame and the great soul. Put Nashandra to rest.
Sure. I mean, that was the plan. Also, it's very bad for your eyesight to have hair. Don't have your hair over your eye like this. It is very bad for your eyesight. You're gonna get a fucking lazy eye. Like, I know it looks cute, but like, that's really bad for your eyes. Don't do that. She's gonna have to visit a, what are they called? Optometrist? Yeah, don't do it. It's a bad idea. I used to do that during high school. Oh, man. Is this the run back? Surely there's no way this is the run back, dude. I'm glad I don't think I'm gonna die to these guys, but still. You could summon Vengarl. Bradley the Old Guard. Bradley? Why is he wearing the Alda set? Are we sure this is Bradley? Bro, you just stole Alda's fit. Get the fuck out of here. Why would I summon that asshole? Ah, shit, you can summon Benhart. That's cool. What? No Lucatiel? Well, I guess her quest concludes a while away from this. I mean, those are fair summons. A little weird that you can summon Vengarl for this one. It's some random dude named Bradley. Yeah, like, fuck it. Guys. Summon Bradley against Throne Watcher and Throne Defender. He's like the best one for it. Who the fuck is Bradley? I mean, to be fair, being completely fair, Gwyn also has a very long run back, but at least the area, the kill into the first flame is very cool. Where the fuck am I? I'm like in some like dark just hole. Some dark cave. Like there's nothing to look at. At least when I'm walking to the kill into the first flame, I'm like looking around at the awesome fucking vista. Like, this game has nice vistas too. Like, you didn't want to put one in for down here? Or technically near the kiln. Or even in it when I'm about to walk in here. Or, well, I don't think we're in the kiln, like, directly. We're, like, close to it. Oh my god. I am fucking chunking these people. Okay, don't lock on. What am I doing? It's a duo fight. I'm locking up here. We're doing the ganking thing where they're attacking over each other. Please don't do that. That clearly hit me in the forehead, but hey, I'll take it, game. If you're gonna make me not take a hit for once, hey, that's nice. Thank you. She blocked and it still did 100 damage. Bro, Soul Spear is crazy. Let's try Dark Greatsword, why not? That's bad. Oh, she buffed. That's cool. I didn't know they could do that. I don't know much about this fight, to be fair. Oh my god! Look at that damage I just did. What the fuck? They're like, zap this motherfucker. No revise for you guys. Sorry about that. I think the run back is an important part of Dark Souls. I think it's within reason. Like, the run back shouldn't be overbearing to where it's like like, you understand. Sorry, I'll let the cutscene play. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. Nasty. Ew, yucky. Also, nice letterboxing. Thank you so much, Scholar, for ruining this cutscene. It's literally cutting off parts of the cutscene.
Now, be one.
But yeah, I think the run back shouldn't, like, negate from the boss fight. I think it shouldn't, like, be a negative on the boss. Like, it shouldn't be that bad where it's like the... Like, when... Like, even Dark Souls 3 has run backs like that. Like, I think the run back to Madeira is awful. Also, the crown makes this fight like a joke. She still has the health drain, but you don't get cursed from it, so it's like she's just Scythe Lady. Oh my god. Now, I will say, that was very underwhelming. I do like Nashandra's visual design. It is very cool. She, like, it's really cool.
Many monarchs have come and gone.
But, onto this one.
One drowned in poison, another succumbed to flame. Still another slumbers in the realm of ice. Not one of them stood here. As you do now. You, conqueror of adversities. Give us your answer.
want to charge that a little longer? Damn. Bro's charging a fucking death ball to take out the planet. Oh shit! I didn't know you had that. That's cool. Three damage. Oh, okay. He must have like huge damage resistance with that fire up. I'm just doing that to make this go faster. It's not a hard boss fight. Yeah, huge damage resistance. Probably attack him during this. That's why the animation's so long. Yeah, that's probably what I should be doing. Dodge them by gingerly running. Not that one.
And remain here patiently. The throne will certainly receive you. But the question remains. What do you want? Tell me. Light, dark, or something else entirely?
Okay, so what I think about those 3 boss fights I just did. I honestly think this segment is pretty cool. Because it's the closest thing in the, like, Souls trilogy that you get to, like, a straight-up boss rush. Like, I think this is actually pretty cool. But it just gets so let down by the fact that if you have the crown, Nashandra is such a pushover that it's literally like she's a pushover. It's basically a non-challenge. Aldia in like just general is an incredibly easy boss as well. It just kind of gets weakened by that. Like, I don't think this is a great idea, in my opinion. I think this is an awesome idea. You fight 3 bosses back to back. And I think this is actually where the life gem mechanic kind of works. It ruins the rest of the game, but it works here, I guess. I mean, because you're actually... Like, it's kind of like that old, idea and, like, gaming of, I save all my buff items for the entire game because I'm afraid that I'm gonna need them later, and then by the end of the game you never use them. This is the point of the game where you should use them. But like, I don't know. It's just kind of a letdown a little bit. Like this I think is actually a good segment. It's just not as good as it could be, unfortunately. Obviously, we're doing the dark ending.
There is no path. Beyond this life, beyond which you run. What could possibly await us? And yet we see it insatiably, such as our fate.
Okay. But on runbacks, I think, like, the longest you should have a runback is, like... Like, the longest a runback should be is honestly the length from, like, fucking... I think that the Kiln of the First Flame runback is honestly the longest a runback should ever be. And I think that's even kind of pushing it. I don't mind the Kiln runback. Because at least the area is really cool. And the Black Knights are easy to kite around, so they don't really detract from how fast you can get there. I do think it's a little bit too long. But, anyway, like... this game is just, like, sad to me, honestly, because, like, this could have been a really good game. Could have been. It's missing so much. It's missing so much. And there's just so much wrong with it. Like, it has some good ideas, but that's pretty much all it has. It's got some interesting semi-well-executed mechanics, like, I like the fact that I can refight bosses in New Game. I don't have to go to New Game Plus to refight bosses. Yeah, this game is really underbaked. That's a major issue with it. This game is incredibly underbaked. Like, this game needed 2 more years at least. They really fucked over this game. It needed more time. But you can see that for every Souls game. It's just this one, it's really hurting for that time it needed to be developed more. Because even Dark Souls 3 had some, like, stuff that had to be cut out. That I think is a really, that I think are really cool ideas. like originally, Demon Prince. Well, not Demon Prince exactly, but you're originally gonna fight like the Batwing Demon, like the initial Demon Prince boss fight. You're originally gonna fight one of those in the main Dark Souls 3, but they scrapped it and then put it into Ringed City. Reworked the fight. I think that's like interesting, looking at like what could have been for like the original. What could have been like the original game. And Lost Isolates was originally meant to be a swamp. And that's why Lost Isolate is so underbaked, because they had to rework it really fast to not be a swamp. That's why they don't have a lot of like fucking enemy variety there, because fucking they didn't have enough time to finish it, so they just spammed dragon asses everywhere. It just hurt this game a lot more than the others, unfortunately. Like the lighting system being scrapped. I need to look up more about this. There's definitely some issues with like the base design going on here as well. Like, they didn't have to put in these giant runbacks. That really has nothing to do with the game being underbaked. That just has to do with bad design. Yeah, major issues with that. I can't skip the credits. Soundtrack's good as always. I like a large amount of like the themes of this game. I like a lot of the settings that take place in it. I may not like the artistic style in general. It's kind of, yeah, it's very cartoony. But people also, most people don't like the style of Dark Souls 3 because, like, you know, it has a bunch of grays and dull tones and shit. But I think that's actually in theme with Dark Souls 3. Being all faded and shit. Like, Dark Souls 3 really is not meant to be a colorful game. Are we... Oh shit, are we dropping frames? I can't tab out because of the fucking game. No, we're good. Okay. No, we're good. I don't really like where they went with, like, everything being more like, it's definitely a different style, like the like, you know, like the way just everything's like fucking drawn and shit, like the way the modeling's done as well. It's less realistic or fantasy-esque. I'm not really a big fan of that, but that's my opinion. It's art, so, you know, fucking. Also, the hollows being green. Come on, man. There's a reason they don't look like that in Dark Souls 3. Like, you're making them look like zombies. Hollows, they're not meant to be zombies. They're meant to be people who've lost hope. Not someone who wants to fucking eat your fucking brains. That's what a hollow in this game looks like. They're like, why are they green? Like, whose idea was that? Why? Why make the hollows green? Like, what benefit do we get from the hollows being green in this game? Like, Did you just think that Miyazaki wanted them to be green and like was forced to make them fleshy in the first game? And then you're like, we're gonna change them to be green because that's what they should be. Like, I don't understand why. Why? You can make hollows look gangly without making them green. I mean, look at the hollowing DS3. You can look fucked up in that game. Your eyeballs are gone and shit. You're literally a bacon man. You're a piece of beef jerky. That's pretty messed up. You don't have to look like a zombie. Like, that just looks stupid. There's obvious things I could harp on about this game. ADP. I'm not even gonna go in depth with this, but things that are wrong with this game. ADP or agility. That's more direct. Agility being a thing, tying it to iframes. Horrible idea for balancing. Why would you tie iframes to a stat? That's awful. It slows you back in.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
Well, we're gonna be at his side for a while because I'm never playing this game again. Oh, what are you doing there? Don't fucking do that. It's TOS. We're trying to grab some fucking titty. Okay. But yeah, ADP. Another problem in this game. Hollowing, reducing your health. I understand you want to give hollowing, like, another downside, even, like, beyond just, you know, you look awful and you lose everything if you die twice. But, like, it should not be a 50% health penalty. 50% at max is awful, and that forces you to use Ring of Binding or constantly pop fucking human effigies like me. Like, and if you're someone who's good at the game, then it's nothing. It's literally nothing. You just pop a human effigy, or you just deal with the 10% before you get to the boss, then you pop a human effigy. Like, it's a pointless mechanic that only punishes people who aren't very good at Dark Souls games. Like, it's just meant to punish noobs. That's the only thing about it. It's horrible. Like, bad idea. It's... Yeah, I see that too. I see that too. Like, just asinine. What a stupid... Again, that's whataboutism. Straight up just whataboutism. And then, it's not the same thing. If we're gonna compare hollowing in DS2 to embering in Dark Souls 3, you might as well compare it to fucking rune arcs in Elden Ring. Oh, wait, they're not the same at all. No shit, they're not the same. It's not the same thing. Also, in Dark Souls 2, you can be invaded while hollow. Awful. Awful. Okay, DS2, boss... Boss A? Tier list? What the fuck am I trying to spell there? Oh shit, wait, the community rankings? I don't know who made this shit. What the fuck? Who made this? This is awful. Why would you put Skeleton Lords in F? They're not that bad. Bro, whoever made this list put... What? Why are there 2 Skeleton Lords? Okay, well, I don't know who fucked up this shit, but we're gonna do this list. Hold on. I don't know why it's so zoomed in. There we go. Yeah. Embering is a empowered state. It's not your base state. That's the problem. Yeah, yeah. You hit the nail on the head there. This isn't. I really think this should be in chronological order, but sure, alphabetical. Ava, she's okay. She's okay for Dark Souls 2. I think I would hate her if she was in any other Dark Souls game. But I could say that about a lot of bosses in this game. I'll put her in C, and I would put her in B otherwise, but she has the stupid-ass fucking equipment degradation mechanic. Awful. Why would you put that on a boss? All that does is make it so that I can't use the weapon that I want to use. It's already hard enough that I'm using a dagger. You're making it so that I'm being punished on top of that. So yeah, no, but that's awful. I'm gonna move her down one. I would put her in B otherwise, but she goes in C because she has equipment degradation. Aldia, I like his lore. It's part of the boss fight trio at the end. That's pretty cool. He's still in C tier though. I'll put him above Ava though. Let me make another tier actually. Did not fight. Cerulean. Where the fuck are the duo at? Lud and Zalin, where are you? I should put some music in the background of this, shouldn't I? What do I even want to put in, though? I'll put in the Demon Souls fucking... Demon Souls... character creation music. What the fuck is this? Souls of Mist? Unreleased. That's just a normal theme. I don't know why they're saying unreleased. It's weird. Okay, but screen. Oh, you want that? Sure, I can do that. Oh yeah, this one's pretty good. Okay, that's too loud. Are they not on here? Wait, they're not on here, what? Hey, that's fair, to be honest. Such an awful boss, they just didn't even put him on the list. Okay, so where's Darklurker? There we go. Okay, so we didn't fight these two. Whatever. Executioner's Chariot. I'll put him in D, because at least it has a gimmick that I don't completely hate. It's an interesting idea. That you have to, like, disable the boss, like the boss's, like, basically immune state before you can actually fight the boss. And I think it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little set piece where you drop the gate and they run through the gate and it kills, like, the rider. And then you just fight the horse. The only thing is the horse is, like, really ass to fight. Like a very annoying boss to fight. They also reuse them later for some reason in the castle. Why? It just kind of removes some of the uniqueness from it. They just reuse it. I'll put it in D, not F, because at least like I can see that they tried with it, honestly. I'll put Covetous in C tier. I think I'll put him here. I think Covetous is overhated because I feel like Covetous is meant to be a weak boss. Like Covetous is a joke, right? But like he's meant to be a joke. He's literally a guy who is like simping over Mythos so much to the point where he became like a big ass glob thing. He's not a demon, though. I don't know why they call him a demon. Dark Souls 2 likes to use the term demon, where that's not really how demons used in the, like, Souls vocabulary. Like, he's not a demon. He didn't originate from the Chaos Flame. So he shouldn't be a demon. He should just be like Covetous Monster or something like that. Or Covetous Beast would have been a better name. Not Covetous Demon. They just like to use that word because they think it's cool, basically. And they couldn't come up with a better name. But I think he's overhated. Honestly, he's not bad. Like, he's meant to be a pushover. And he serves that role relatively well. I even like how they... Yeah, I wonder if that's a translation thing too. Like, I don't know how I'd look that up though. But yeah, I don't know why it's called Covetous Demon. But they also do that later with Demon of Song. This list does not have. Wait, it does have all the characters actually. Why is Demon of Song this low? I thought it was alphabetical. I guess it isn't. Blood and Zolan should be on here. But they're not. But if I did fight Lud and Zolan, I probably would have put him F tier anyway. Old Dragon Slayer. It's just Ornstein. It's just Ornstein with a couple different attacks. Incredibly lazy. I'd put him in D tier, to be honest. Top of D tier. Like, it's okay, but it's lazy. It's really, really lazy, in my opinion. Like, you're literally just copying a boss from the first game, and then giving him a couple of other attacks. That's literally it. At least with the Stray Demons in Dark Souls 3, they have, like, wholly different designs and stuff, right? Like, you have the Rocky Stray Demon on top of the Wolf Bridge, and then you have, like, just the Fire Demons. And they have different attacks and shit. This is just fucking Ornstein with dark attacks. Like, and instead of being gold, he's like a more darkish, like, blackish color. Like, gray color. It's really, really lazy in my opinion. This is fan service done wrong. I think this is fan service done wrong. You're just copying a boss from the original game, not even changing that much about it, and then, like, just calling it a day and putting him in a random-ass area. Like, why is he at Hyde's Tower of Flame? Like, what's the lore behind this guy being here? He's so boring that I can't even remember. Ancient Dragon, F tier. He has, like, 3 moves. 2 of which, like, deleted half my health immediately. Other than that, he's like a non-threat. And really, just way too much HP. Very boring boss. Awful arena. Because he can do this thing where the only way for you to dodge his fire breath attack is to run, like, towards his tail. But if he gets to the edge of the arena, you can't run towards his tail, so you're just forced to fucking get hit. Bad boss. Garbage. Dragon Rider, he's a pushover. Where's Twin Dragon Rider? I think Twin Dragon Rider's a better fight. I'll put Dragon Rider, like... Should I even put him in C tier? Dragon Rider is like... You know, it's like a basic enemy that got made into a boss just randomly. Like, it's really, really... It's not... I wouldn't say, like, lazy, but, like, why? Why just make this random enemy a boss? Like, it's one thing for, like, Capra Demon. Because you don't, like, like, Capra Demon at least is intimidating, right? Whenever I go and fight Dragon Rider, I'm not like, oh shit, I gotta fight Dragon Rider. I'm like, oh shit, I wonder if I can make Dragon Rider walk off his fucking arena again. Like, it's not threatening. He's such a boring boss. Like, it really is boring. Like, I think Twin Dragon Rider is a better fight. Even though it's a reuse, it's a unique reuse. I think if you're gonna reuse an earlier boss, this is the way you should do it. Put a nice spin on it. Give it a gimmick. There's 2 of them. but one sits atop a perch and is shooting arrows at you. You can knock the guy down by causing the other Dragon Rider to hit where the guy's perched up. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. I think this is this is a pretty good idea. But this guy's kind of ass. I'd honestly put him here. Yeah, the hide. This is a major problem in this game. The walk up to the boss is more dangerous than the boss. And what's even worse is after you kill Dragon Rider, you wake up all the Hide Knights. So the walk out down the path that you went to the boss is now harder because you killed Dragon Rider. What the fuck? So because I killed the boss, the area is now harder. Because you woke up all the Hide Knights. Like, I don't understand why they did that. I don't understand why they moved all the Hide Knights to Hyde's Tower of Flame to begin with. That was supposed to be like a Black Knight thing in the original game, but they kind of just ruined it by moving them all there, and then you just are missing an entire enemy type throughout the rest of the game. Like, that sounds like something cool and unique. That's like the Black Knights from Dark Souls 1. You find them intermittently dispersed throughout the entire map, and it's like a cool little, neat little fight you can do with a strong opponent. Hide Knights are pretty difficult enemies. Why the fuck would you just put them in an area that you can go to at the start of the game with a boss who's incredibly weak? Like, you could say, oh, Dark Souls 1 had Tomb of the Giants. Bruh, if I go in that hole and I see it's completely pitch black and shit down there, I'm not gonna want to walk through Tomb of the Giants. Whenever I go to Hyde's Tower of Flame, there's nothing like telling me you shouldn't be here because once you kill this boss, these really strong opponents are just gonna fuck you up. Like, there's no implication of that. But that's more like an area critique. Yeah, he's really a pushover. The only reason I died to him was I was getting acclimated to the Souls 2 movement. I fought him earlier than intended, and I kept failing to try to make him walk off the fucking map like an idiot. But, like, usually he's just a non-threat. Elena? This boss could have been great. Elena could have been great. There's one problem with this boss, and it's a major, major issue. This boss is heavily reliant on RNG. If you walk into the boss, and she immediately summons Velstadt, that's gonna be a fucking shit ton more hard than if she summoned the fucking skeletons. One's an enemy that makes you have to rethink the entire way you fight the boss. The other summon is a group of enemies you can just throw an alluring skull at the wall, and then they're a non-threat. Awful. RNG does not have a place in boss fights like this, in my opinion. Like, it would be one thing if she could summon, like, skeletons or another enemy comparable to the skeletons. Like, she can also summon pigs, it's just really rare. If she could either summon skeletons or pigs, or something as weak as that group, it wouldn't be a problem. But it's either she summons something incredibly weak, or she summons something incredibly awful to fight. Why? Why would you do this? It's cheap. It's incredibly cheap. And I think that ruins this fight. I would put it in B tier. I'll put it in, like, C. What do I hate more? The durability gimmick or the fact she can summon... Honestly, I don't even hate that she can summon Velstadt. It should just be a thing she can do later. Make it so that she summons Velstadt whenever she gets to, like, 60% health. That would make it okay. Otherwise, it just really gimps the fight. Duke Dear Freya, really mediocre. It's an interesting trade-off. It's either you're getting ganked by, like, 15 enemies, or you use a torch and the boss is a pushover. Fucking A, I mean. C tier is probably gonna be incredibly inflated. Honestly, I think Covetous Demon is a better designed boss fight than than these two. I think Covetous Demon is better designed than Alana and Ava. Because at least they succeeded in what they were going for. And I could see the vision. Duke's Dear Freya is incredibly boring. Just not design-wise. It's a big-ass spider. I like how they kind of... I mean, it's not really a callback to Armor Spider. They're just two spiders, right? But... You know, it's pretty cool. It's okay. Like, it's okay. But... Am I like... Oh my god, thank you. I get to fight Duke's Dear Freya next. No, I'm not excited to fight this boss. Honestly, I would move Aldia up to B. Because, I don't think Aldia has as many problems as these. Like, Aldia is just a pushover. That's Aldia's problem. But, I don't know. I don't know. I like Aldia's design a lot more than the rest of these. Like, even though he is just a big fucking head. Like, I like the fact that he's built up through the rest of the game. Until your final, like, confrontation with him. Or, well, he confronts you, really. Yeah, lore is definitely doing a big carry for Aldia. Like, Duke's Dear Freya is some spider that some dude, like, feeding souls to, I guess, and it got really big. Covetous Demon is a fucking incel. Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a unique design. Like, it's a turn-based boss. I think, honestly, Aldia is, like, one of the less egregious turn-based bosses. Like, it would make sense that he's supposed to have a cooldown period where you get to wail on him, right? Like, what is he gonna do? Push himself up out of the ground and start walking around towards you? Like, what are they supposed to do for Aldia? Like, I can understand why they did what they did for Aldia. I can understand why they did it. There's a turn-based boss later, which kind of does turn-based bosses in an incredibly egregious manner, which is really ridiculous. Fume Knight, relative to the rest of the bosses in this game, S tier, honestly. If this was in comparison to Dark Souls 1 or 3, he'd be like, A, maybe? A minus? But in comparison to the rest of this game, S tier. Very, very well done boss. I don't like having to jump through hoops to fight bosses the right way. But Fume Knight's gimmick isn't that bad. If you don't do all the smelter wedges, he gets healed in the fight. It's not that bad to find the smelter wedges, to be honest. Like, this is probably the easiest of the prerequisites to do before fighting the boss the right way, besides burning the windmill for Mytha. But I like this better than burning the windmill, because there's nothing pointing you towards burning the windmill, besides, like, I think there's, like a phantom or something that'll point towards it, or some shit, and they put a guard in front of it for Scholar. But, like, it's a lot easier to see that, oh, hey, there's a bunch of these, places where I can use smelter wedges outside of Fume Knight's arena. I probably should do those before I go fight Fume Knight, because it probably buffs him in some way. Like, that would be an assumption I could see someone making. Not, hey, I gotta go burn a fucking stone windmill, or else this one boss's arena is gonna be filled with poison. Like, that's kind of ridiculous. This one makes sense. It's also just a pretty solid boss in general. Even though it does have some of the Dark Souls 2 problems of gigantic hitboxes and your rolls being gimped, so you try to roll through attacks and you get fucked over for it. But hey, for this game, it's pretty good. And honestly, in general, it's still pretty good. It just has, you know, Dark Souls 2 latched onto it like a fucking parasite. Belfry Gargoyles, incredibly boring. Yeah, it's incredibly stupid. They could have made it wooden. Why didn't they make it wooden? Like, I don't understand that. Belfry Gargoyles is incredibly boring. it's different from the Dark Souls 2, the Dark Souls 1 version, but it's not really different in a good way. Because it could kind of get a little bit, like, fucked up and ganky. Worse than Twin Dragon Riders, honestly, but I don't think it's bad enough to be in D tier. Yeah, this is like bottom C in my opinion. Like Belfry Gargoyles, like, I don't know. I kind of don't like it at all, and I don't feel any desire to go fight Belfry Gargoyles again. I'll put them in D. I'll put them in D above Dragon Rider because at least they're unique. Well, unique for this game because they're just a rehash of a boss from Dark Souls 1. Except less cool. Giant Lord. I'll rank Last Giant first. I don't know why they put Giant Lord first. Last Giant. He's a pushover. But he's also like the first boss you're gonna fight. I like him more than Duke's Dear Freya. I like him more than Duke's Dear Freya. Cause the thing I like about Last Giant is that there's the whole like idea of him recognizing you from whenever you go into the future. Whenever you go into the past and defeat him, he recognizes you in the future. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. Like, I think that's pretty cool. Even though the boss itself is kind of lackluster. Just a non-threat, really. Just a huge non-threat. Giant Lord. Take Last Giant, make it worse. There's Giant Lord. The only reason I'm not putting him below all these is because, he's not worse than Executioner's Chariot, and, he still has that whole time travel thing going on, which I find pretty cool, but he is literally just a rehash of Last Giant, but with a giant fucking annoying sword hitbox, an awful arena to fight him in, and the run-up to him is also awful because it's filled with enemies and there's like giant explosions that can almost one-shot you. Awful. Just a horrible idea. I would say worse than Last Giant, yeah, most certainly. And I do think he belongs in D tier. Guardian Dragon, another D tier boss. I would say this is even worse than Old Dragon Slayer. You're reusing a enemy from earlier in the game, not changing it basically at all, and turning it into a boss. He's literally just an enemy from before in the game that you faced, sorry, I'm spitting everywhere. He's literally an enemy that you faced before, but they turned it into a boss and gave it like a couple more moves. It's dog shit. It's lazy even. Also, it's a pushover because I literally killed it in 15 seconds. I was using Soul Spear, but it probably shouldn't die in 15 seconds. Honestly, I'd put you below Executioner's Chariot because at least Executioner's Chariot tried to be unique. It's just a fucking wyvern. It's literally just the red like wyvern from earlier in the game. It's nothing. It's like a nothing boss. Royal Rat Authority. Is this the big dog or is this the fucking rats? Throat's getting kind of fucked up here. Okay, Vanguard's the rat gank. This is the rat gank, but with the big rat. F tier. F tier. The only reason that I didn't have trouble against this boss was because I was using magic, and I was able to kill the rats before he came in. F tier boss. Awful. Awful boss. Ganky boss. You took the idea of Capra Demon and made it worse. How? Capra Demon isn't even good. Why would you try to rehash that in Dark Souls 2, but make it worse? Because it, like, instead of fucking 2 dogs, you have 4, and then there's a big motherfucker coming in to attack you. It's awful. Awful boss. Because at least I understand what Capra Demon was going for. Capra Demon is meant to make you use your environment to your advantage. I think that's what they intended. Because whenever I went to the Capra Demon arena, I was like, there's a staircase, it's narrow, I can spear the dogs one by one. In this case, it's a big-ass arena, and you just put 4 fucking enemies in there that can poison you and, like, harass you, and then a big-ass motherfucker comes in to finish you off. It's bad. It's bad, boss. Prowling Magus, this is easy, F tier. Just a pushover, not really a boss. This isn't a boss. This isn't a boss. This is like the loosest term of a boss you could come up with. I like the idea of having 2 boss health bars, one for like a mob of enemies and the other for a boss. But then again, that could cause like a ganky boss, which this isn't because the crowd's like really a non-threat, and Magus himself is a non-threat, so it's basically just pointless. It's literally just a pointless boss fight. Absolutely pointless. Like, what is this boss fight supposed to, like, what value does this serve? I've seen some people are like, oh, it's supposed to teach you to not lock on where there's a bunch of enemies. But, like, does it really? Like, I could probably do this boss fight locked on, and it would still be a pushover. And if I'm using magic, then there's even more incentive for me to lock on. It doesn't even succeed in that, if that's the point. So yeah, it's like, it's literally a pointless boss. I think Skeleton Lords is okay. I think Skeleton Lords is okay. I like this boss. Loosely, because I feel like it's meant to kind of be a power fantasy boss, where you're like, oh yeah, I'm a big guy with a big weapon, and I'm swinging through all these weak skeletons. They are a little bit too weak, unfortunately. The lords themselves do, like, nothing. They, like, what the... Like, again, it's a non-threat. That's the problem with it. The lords themselves are a non-threat, and that's what makes this boss kind of lackluster. It can also get kind of ganky if, like, you have no crowd control, but they do, like, no damage. So, even if you are someone running, like, a single-target kind of build, it's not a big deal because the skeletons basically do no damage. But I would put it in, like... I'd put it right, like, here. Above Twin Dragon Rider. Mirror Knight's pretty good. This is just a pretty good boss fight in general. It could have gotten pretty ganky with the NPC and the Mirror Knight, but Mirror Knight actually starts being passive whenever he summons an NPC. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. They actually did, like, a duo fight where, you know, this enemy wasn't really, I don't think, designed to be fought with another NPC, but he actually becomes passive during the fight. So I think it's not that bad. I think it's pretty good. This is a pretty good fight in general. I also love the arena. The arena and the setting is awesome. Like, all the lightning, it's reflecting off him, and all the, like, the rain and shit. I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'd put him above Aldia, even. I don't like player summoning gimmicks, to be honest. I'm glad that a player didn't get summoned for this, because that would make this infinitely more frustrating if Mirror Knight summons some dude who's just gonna fucking cast healing on him 24/7. That would be incredibly boring. But, played offline, this is a pretty good boss. Mytha. If she didn't have the poison gimmick, I'd put her in B tier. I'll put her, like, here. Yeah, I'd put her here. Top of C tier. She's okay. I would say she's pretty good for this game's standards. It's just that she has that dumbass gimmick. And also, I just hate Earthen Peak in general. That shit's fucking ass. But that... I'm trying not to take, like, previous areas into account too much whenever I'm talking about these bosses, because, like... If that's the case, I would've put Freya in, like, D tier. And I would've put fucking, I'd put Mytha in D tier as well, because the areas are complete fucking ass. I will have to talk about before areas with other bosses later though. Najka, really boring. She's supposed to be like Quelaag, but like ass. Like it's a similar concept. Pretty lady attached to a grotesque bottom half, right? Just really boring. Really boring boss. I don't know where I'd put her, to be fair. She's not as offensive as Alana, so I'd put her, like, here. Like, she doesn't really have as much wrong with her as Alana does. Elena, however the fuck you say it. Nashandra, I'd put her similar to Aldia, like, right below Aldia. Well, she's such a pushover with the crown, dude. She's such a pushover. I like her design visually. Pretty good. Kind of weak build up for the boss, if anything. I don't know. I think she's fine there. Like, she's like, eh. I could put her C tier, top of C tier, or I'd put her bottom B tier. I'll put her bottom B tier, though. She's okay. She might have been pretty threatening, even, with the curse, if I wasn't wearing the crown. But crown kind of just makes her a pushover. Old Iron King. Bottom D tier. I hate this boss. I genuinely hate this boss. Because he is a non-threat who is only slightly threatening because he can knock you off the map. It's awful. Genuinely an awful boss. He does this weird thing where he'll, like, slam his fist down, hold it there for, like, 2.5 seconds, then pull it back up. Like, it's really, really jarring. Like, like, this is what a turn-based... Yeah, it's awful. Like, it's... Like, why? Like, this could have been a cool fight. I kind of like his visual design. Like, even if it is a little generic demon-y. I'm glad they didn't call him, like, Old Iron Demon or something. It's just that he's so boring to fight. He's so boring. It's literally just turn-based unless you get knocked off the map. Then you have to, like, be annoyed. Yeah, I do like his visual design. I like his visual design. Like, this is pretty rad. That's not gonna open the image. Like, that's pretty cool, to be honest. Very, very, very cool, in my opinion. Very awesome design. I don't know why he got turned into, like, a fucking... Like... Huh. I don't even know what to call him. Like, he got turned into, like, a fucking... basically a demon. He got turned into a demon. But I don't know why that happened. Like, I guess he just chilled in lava until he became, like, a fucking monster. But no matter how cool his, like, model is, shitty boss, garbage. Bottom D tier. Old Ivory King. So sad. So sad. So sad. Such a sad boss. And I'm gonna tell you why. I would put him in A tier, maybe even S tier. He is so brought down by the fact that you had to do that whole fucking fighting section before you get to fight him. Every single time. Awful. It should be, you drop down, do the fighting segment once, and then once your knights freeze the portals never open up again, and you drop with one knight, or you drop with no knights. It should be that. It shouldn't be, you drop, have to do the whole fucking charade again, and then you get to fight the boss. That's basically a boss run back in the form of being ganked by a bunch of fucking annoying ass enemies. Because the enemies focus the fuck out of you and don't even care about the regular Ilium Lois Knights for the most part. That's a huge problem. Because you have to do it every single time and it's so fucking annoying. It just brings him down. I think he's pretty good other than that. The one thing I don't like about him is he has that, like, forward thrust grab, which is very real, like, incredibly, like, just shitty to fight because it has the Dark Souls, just the Dark Souls formula grab, where you get hit by it even though you shouldn't get hit by it. Like, even though you clearly rolled through it, you just get hit by it anyway. But to be fair, every Dark Souls game does that. Like, look at fucking Curse-Rotted Greatwood. Like, that happens in every Dark Souls game. Curse-Rotted Greatwood, Iron Golem, like that type of shit. Yeah, he has a grab like that. But other than that, I think he's really well executed. Just except the prerequisite fight. That's awful. Completely brings down the boss, in my opinion. Very sad. Currently fighting Greatwood. Bro, that fucking hand grab is crazy. Yeah. My bad, bro. Didn't mean to fuck up your, flow there. Pursuer. I would like Pursuer a lot more if he wasn't used in almost every single section of the map as a generic fucking mini-boss. I would like Pursuer a lot more. It's like if you took a Black Knight and it's like if you took a Black Knight and then made him a boss you faced early in the game, and then put the Black Knights everywhere. Like, why? Like, okay, like, I understand you want this little mini-boss, but why is he like a full-on boss if you're just gonna spam him everywhere? Like, I understand his name's the Pursuer, right? But, like, they just went a little overboard with putting him so many places. Like, he shows up, like, multiple times in the Lost Bastille. Like, he should not show up multiple times per area. It's ridiculous. But other than that, he's okay. He's kind of like the coolest, like, guy in suit of armor design in this game, I think. He's also kind of like boring moveset-esque because he doesn't have a lot to him. Or at least, maybe it's because I've learned him, because they spam him so much. I don't know. I'll put him in here. Top of C tier. Oh yeah, he does drop Twinkling Titanite, doesn't he? I just think they go overboard with it, with spamming him in multiple areas. No, like spamming multiple versions of him in like the same like world area. And then later in the game, you don't even see him much more. Like, I don't even think he's in fucking Shrine of Amana. Not that that would make the area any better, but he's not even in some locations, but you put him multiple times in the Lost Bastille? Why? Also, what I wish they would have did, instead of him fading into existence, oh yeah, that's horseshit. I fucking hate that shit. Like, you dip out of his aggro area for like 1 second, he starts leaving, you come back and try to keep fighting him. He just fucking leaves, and you have to reload the area. Stupid. I wish they would have did the thing with the bird, because whenever you get the first Pursuer fight, like the first like time you encounter him where you can fight him, before his like actual boss fight, a bird comes and drops him in. They should have did that for every single encounter. That would have been really cool. Like, you just look up, like, you just hear this sound effect, you look up into the sky, Pursuer's dropping in, coming to fucking fight your ass. No, he just fades into existence. That's so, like, underwhelming compared to what they could have done. Like, well, I think maybe they planned for that. It just kind of fell through. Like, that could have been cool. That could have been cool. It's just too bad that they didn't do that. Rotten, boring, very, very boring moveset. I kind of like his design. Like, he's very grotesque, but not in like an an overwhelming way. Like, he's grotesque in a cool visually way, not like making you sick to your stomach. I don't know where I'm going with that, but I'm just saying I like Rotten's visual design. He's pretty cool for a monster type enemy. But his moveset's so boring in the area. Like, I have to talk about it. Black Gulch is fucking awful. Fuck Black Gulch. The fact that you have to use a branch to get to the bonfire closest to him so you can skip Black Gulch is awful. You should just be able to go in there and use the bonfire. That's stupid. Because it just, if you don't have a branch, it just locks you out and then you have to go do something else to have a not shitty run back. Awful run back if you don't have the branch bonfire. And a pretty bad run back even if you do have the bonfire, because there's so much shit in the way. But like, he's okay, I guess. He's not bad, is what I'm saying. He's not a bad boss. I wouldn't put him, like, too high, though. Yeah, about there, I think. Roll Rat Vanguard. Doing right here. It's literally just a bunch of rats. That's it. There's nothing special about it. You're just fighting a bunch of rats. One has a mohawk. He's the boss you have to hit. You hit him. He goes down in like a minute because he takes a while to spawn. There you go. That's that boss. Really boring. I hate Ruined Sentinels. I think Ruined Sentinels is like incredibly overrated. Like, people say like, wow, this boss is like, it's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good gank boss. No, I think it's just a bad gank boss. Awful run back. Kind of like Elden Ring, where the enemies like just love attacking over each other, and you have like, you just have to get lucky to get hits in, basically. You have to like have one of them throw their shield and the other like holds their shield up, and then they like enter that mode where one's aggressive and one's defensive, right? But sometimes they'll just attack over each other and just say fuck you. Really, really annoying boss to fight. I would put it honestly below Giant Lord. And below Belfry Gargoyles. They're not even unique, actually. They've reused them for fucking Drangleic Castle. I'd put it below Dragon Rider, even. Yeah, I'll put them there. I don't like Ruined Sentinels. I don't like them. Flexile Sentry is okay. Really, like... Oh, man. We're just getting into that, like, armored knight type boss area, and, like, it's just such a slog. Like, I don't get excited for fighting Flexile Sentry. Like, it's got a gimmick where you have the boat filling with water, so you're on a timer to fight it, unless you want to be at a disadvantage. Like here, I guess? Yeah, I guess above Twin Dragon, like, it's okay. I mean, really boring. It's not egregious, but, like, it's not special either. Sin. Fuck you, honestly. Top of D tier. This could be a cool dragon fight. Sin could have been a cool dragon fight, but here's the problems with Sin. First, biggest problem with Sin. Equipment degradation has no place in the middle of a boss fight. That should not be a thing. Awful. Awful. I know that Gaping Dragon in Dark Souls 1 has that one attack where he, like, vomits on the floor and it dissolves your equipment, but that's, like, incredibly easy to avoid, and you're getting hit by his attack. So, you just know, oh hey, that one attack breaks my equipment. I'll make sure to avoid that next time. Here, everything Sin does breaks your fucking equipment. Even you hitting Sin breaks your fucking equipment. What are you supposed to do to avoid that? You're not supposed to avoid it, you're just supposed to deal with it. That's the problem with it. There's no like counter to having your equipment get melted by Sin. You just have to deal with it and deal with the consequences and spam repair powders. It's really fucking annoying. So you're basically having to manage 2 health bars. Your equipment health and your health. It's stupid. And then if you have the audacity of letting one of your rings break, you have to spend up to fucking 10,000 souls repairing them. Go fuck yourself. It's already bad enough I die to the boss. I have to spend 10,000 on top of that? Fuck you. Just awful. Second problem with Sin, this is also a huge issue, he never goes on the fucking ground for long enough. Every single time he lands, it felt like he'd only stay there for 2 seconds before he's back up in the fucking air again. Like, just bad. Just really fucking bad. Like, it could have been good. Like, I love Sin's design. Sin is a rad-looking dragon. I love Sin's design. This guy looks fucking dope. With the spear coming through his back and shit. Like, he's all, like, stony and everything. Like, the fucking venom breath. Like, that's awesome. He just has a really fucking shitty fight. Damn. Lost Sinner. Probably the best of the 4, like, Great Lord fights, honestly. Pretty good. Not bad. They have this problem where early game, you're probably gonna be missing ADP. And Sinner has, like, really wide swings and shit, so you kind of get punished for not rolling away. If you try to roll through Sinner's attack, sometimes they'll just straight up just hit you anyway, because you have low ADP. But that's not really a problem with Lost Sinner, that's a problem with the game. So I can't really fault it. Other than that, I think Lost Sinner is pretty good. Like, pretty good relative to the rest of these. It would be a boring boss otherwise, by any other game standards, but here, it's okay. Top of C tier. I don't know why they put Skeleton Lords again. We'll just ignore that, I guess. Smelter Demon. Weird that they don't have blue Smelter Demon on here. Because I would rate them differently. I most certainly would rate them differently. Smelter Demon is a good boss, brought down incredibly by its awful, awful run back. I think Smelter Demon's moveset is actually quite fun to fight. Like, he's not awful. He has those wide-ass swings that this game loves to put on bosses where they just catch you trying to roll through, even though you should have rolled through. But other than that, pretty good boss. I like the gimmick. I actually like his gimmick where he's on fire and he ticks your health down, because it kind of incentivizes you to use life gems, which you're going to do already, but it kind of mitigates the fact that you are using life gems. You can't just, like, spam, well, you can spam them willy-nilly, but it kind of, like, you know, it's, like, taking away some of that healing that you're going to spam throughout the game, right? That makes every other boss a pushover. And it actually incentivizes you to do it here. Like, you're supposed to use life gems here, I'm assuming. It's just brought down so much by its fucking awful, awful run back, dude. horrid run back. I think its moveset's pretty fun to fight too. C tier for regular Smelter Demon. Fucking. I'll put it at bottom of B tier actually. This Smelter Demon goes on bottom of B tier. If you don't take into account its run back. Taking into account its run back, I would put it like somewhere in C tier. But Blue Smelter Demon, I would put in D tier. Because its run back is almost worse. Like, almost even worse. And like, fucking, dude, it's just another rehash. It's just Smelter Demon, but instead of like being weak to magic, he's resistant to magic. Like that's literally, it's literally just a slight, like a side grade of Smelter Demon, even. Like a side grade. But with a worse run back. And a DLC boss. You pay money to fight Blue Smelter Demon, which is incredibly insulting because he's so lazy. Awful. Just awful. But regular Smelter Demon's pretty good, actually. Demon of Song. I hate Shrine of Amana. So this actually, I would say, factors into Demon of Song. Because Shrine of Amana is such an awful area that it literally made me quit the game the first time. Demon of Song is also incredibly boring. I also don't like Demon of the Song's design at all. Because it's just goofy. It's just a fucking big-ass... It's literally just a big-ass fucking, like, head with frog legs. And, like, he has the cap that he pulls down and you can't hit him. Like, that's literally just Demon of Song. Like, it's just a big fucking gimmick boss. I put him above Executioner's Chariot. But, like, so boring. Such a boring boss. Velstat, pretty good. I'd say he's an A tier for this game. He has a problem with his wide-ass swing hitboxes, again, catching you whenever they shouldn't because you're still mid-roll, but that's like a Dark Souls 2 problem, yada yada yada. Cool design for a knight character. I like the Beld Nace, that's really cool. I think Velstat's pretty solid. So yeah, I would put him A tier. Vendrick. Just really boring. Really, really boring. He's unique, but like, it's really brought down by him being boring. Like, you're fighting a towering, like, I get, like, is he unique though? Like, we've seen that concept before. Like, you're fighting a hollow, like, great king, right? Like, that's kind of the same concept as Gwyn, but instead of being really agile like Gwyn is, where he, like, jumps into the fucking air and he's, like, coming towards you really fast, this dude's, like, lumbering around like a fucking... lumbering around carrying his sword, going like... swinging super slowly. And doing, like, extreme damage to you. Gwyn's, like, trivialized by the fact you can parry him. This guy's trivialized by the fact he's so fucking slow that you could just probably, like, circle strafe around him and he probably couldn't hit you. He also can one-shot you in New Game Plus, which is really fucked up. Like, I literally used a bonfire aesthetic and he literally one-shot me without Brightbug on. It was insane. So, like, a really boring boss, like, it's like the back and forth. You're, like, his attacks are really easy to avoid, but if you do get impatient and try to kill him faster and do get hit by him, you just die instantly. Like, it's fucked up. It's not as bad as a lot of other shit on here. It's not as egregious. Like, I kinda like Vendrick a little bit, but I would say he's a bad boss. I would say he's a bad boss. He's a bad boss that I kind of enjoy just because of how ridiculous he is. Like, he's literally jumping, like, he has this attack where he jumps backwards. It looks so fucking goofy. Well, it's not an attack, it's like a breakaway. Where he, like, puts distance between you and him, and he, like, jumps backwards, and it looks really stupid. And he's, like, this slow, lumbering zombie, man. Like, it's just really stupid. Like, he's bad, but with charm. Like, he's a charming bad boss, I think. Like, it's funny. Similar to Covetous Demon, but I don't know if that's what they intended with Vidric, him being, like, super piss easy. Unless he hits you, then he one-shots you. Maybe that's what they wanted, but... yeah. Throne Watcher and Defender. Okay. This is an okay duo boss, honestly. They can revive each other, but... like, I killed them so fast that they didn't get the chance. I think this would be pretty good. They're also part of the last segment, like the trio boss segment. I think that's pretty cool. The whole fighting 3 bosses in a row. I think Throne Watcher and Defender are, like, a good appetizer. Like, they could have been a good appetizer for an actually good boss, but instead they're, like, before Nashandra and Aldia. Which kind of, like, lessens how much they could be enjoyed. Because I think, if anything, Throne Watcher and Defender are more fun to fight than Aldia and Nashandra. Which is kind of sad. But I'm not going to put them above them, because I like Aldia and Nashandra's design more. But I think this is a pretty good fight. Pretty good fight for this game standards. This is a duo boss, I think, done well in this game's context. Gank Squad's not on this list, but it's obvious where Gank Squad would go. Fuck Gank Squad, it would go in F tier. For obvious reasons. But here's the Dark Souls 2 boss tier list. I probably would have put Sir Alon in, like, A tier if I did actually finish the fight with him. I probably would have enjoyed it, but his run-up is so fucking awful that I didn't think it was worth my time, I'm sorry. Same with Darklurker. I probably would have enjoyed Darklurker, but... you're locking these good bosses behind dog shit that I don't want to do, so why would I do it? Yeah. It's sad. Like, I kind of wanted to do Sir Alon, but, like, dude, I just can't. I just can't muster up the fucking patience to fucking go through and do all that shit. But anyway. What to do next? I would keep Dark Souls 2 at the bottom of, like, a Soulsborne tier list, by the way. This doesn't change my ranking of it at all. I have a greater understanding of the game, but I also, like, still hate it. I still fucking hate this game. Oh, it's still bad. Okay, so I think next I'm gonna be... I think tomorrow I'll probably play some Deadlock, to be honest. I don't really know what I'm gonna do against Souls-wise for a little bit. I'm probably just gonna chill with Deadlock. See how it goes, streaming that for a little bit. Because I've been playing a good bit of it, as you could see, with my 100 hours. Only been playing it for like 2 and something weeks. Yeah, but anyway. Alrighty, that'll be it for tonight. I will more than likely be streaming tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. Anyway, I will see y'all next time. I appreciate y'all coming by. Short on the shorter side. Mandragoria? I'll check it out. Yeah. Oh, it's a demo for it? Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll probably play it. At some point, the demo at least. Yeah, I appreciate you coming by. I'll see you next time. We're probably gonna be streaming Deadlock tomorrow, but I gotta change. I'm probably gonna put a win-loss counter up tomorrow, but anyway. Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all next time. See ya.